Joining us now with more is House Minority Whip Steve Scalise, along with Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I got to serve with both of these fine gentlemen in the United States Congress when I was there, but I left. And Steve Scalise, I just call him Steve, but we'll call him Congressman. Look, the idea that they are slow walking the Hunter Biden investigation because there's an election going on, I mean, since when does the Department of Justice do that? That's not what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, first, we missed you in the House, Jason. It's good to be with you. But look, as you pointed out, they surely never gave President Trump this opportunity. And when they were leaking out information that turned out to be false from some of these federal agencies, let alone an investigation that seems to be very credible and ongoing. The real question is now that the election is over, Jason, what's happened with the investigation? Did they pick it back up again? So, when you look at that question, and then the other question, which is really alarming, is all of these cell phones that both went missing. But as we know, some of those cell phones were actually wiped clean. We all remember the Hillary server, but many of these cell phones that they did find turned out to be completely wiped of data. And some of those FBI agents said they accidentally did it after entering their password too many times. I mean, does anybody buy that, by the way? How many of those cell phones were wiped? And is that obstruction of justice? Is that falsifying or tampering with evidence? I hope the Justice Department gets as aggressive in looking into those actual problems as they were chasing after every false whistleblower that we heard of during the Trump administration.
Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, and look, I had a front row seat and watched where there were documents that were requested under subpoena, the power of subpoena, not only in the IRS case, but also in the Clinton case and Benghazi and all those types of things. But never mind the subpoena, and we'll see if Senators Johnson and Grassley get what they're demanding and should deserve to be able to look at. But, Congressman Biggs, the 2018 midterms, there were a lot of allegations, a lot of things that were flowing out the door. I didn't see the Department of Justice saying, hey, we better be hands off going into the midterms, because they had all kinds of allegations about Donald Trump, stuff that turned out to be totally false, floating in the ethos, out in the atmosphere there, that affected the 2018 midterms.
No, that's exactly right. And the point is real simple. If the excuse for not going forward with, we're talking search warrants, we're talking grand jury subpoenas. So they had progressed in their investigation enough to actually get down to the nitty-gritty and take it to the grand jury. And instead of doing that, they said, oh, we don't want to put our thumb on the scale and impact the election. But they did. They did by not letting the American people know the truth. We got that from big tech censorship for sure, and we also got it from the left-wing media. But we don't need to get it from the Department of Justice. They put their thumb on the scale by not telling the American people the truth, and we really need to get to the bottom of that. And you add the phones in there, and Steve mentioned the Hillary's wiped server. You get all of those things there, and this is why the American people say we don't trust the police apparatus institutions of the United States anymore. It's a two-tier system, because I can guarantee you this: if they were at a point to get subpoenas and grand jury testimony and search warrants going, guess what? If it was a Republican that would have been in the crosshairs, they wouldn't have pulled the punch at all. They would have gone ahead.
No, the idea that they slowed it down is just, it's just unbelievable to me. Congressman Scalise, what in the world is going on with John Durham and the supposed Durham probe? I wake up a lot of days and think, I wonder what John Durham's today. Is he doing? Is he fishing? I mean, what in the world is he actually doing?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I remember having conversations, we're talking over a year ago, we're saying, okay, where is this thing going? What have they found, and when are they going to actually release it? And, they say justice delayed is justice denied. How long have we been hearing the reports about to come out? And, if something was done that was wrong, let's get it out there. If it wasn't done, get that out there, too. But just to not say anything, I think this is where some of these agencies lose their credibility, because it seems like there is a double standard in how they treat Republicans versus how they treat Democrats.
I've only got a few seconds left, but Congressman Biggs, you're on the Judiciary Committee. How in the world could Jerry Nadler, the chairman of that committee, not hold a hearing on more than 1,000 pages put forward by the Inspector General of the Department of Justice about all the wrongdoings at the FBI? Not even a single hearing.
Yeah, because he's so busy focusing with his colleagues about domestic terrorism or January 6th or anything else. They don't want to get at what the Inspector General has revealed. And we got to be holding some hearings. And if he's not going to do it, the minority needs to keep pushing to hold minority hearings.
Yeah, it is absolutely just abhorrent that they wouldn't hold a hearing based on what the Inspector General was doing. Congressman Scalise, Congressman Biggs, thank you again for joining us.